So guys, what's up? Welcome back to another part of this Flutter McDonald's concept app UI series. So guys, in this video we'll be continuing the cart UI which we'll be building, and in the last part we have built this bottom bar which actually contains the persons, then the next, and we are yet to build this total option. So we'll be building this today, which will calculate the total amount depending on the items present in the cart. So guys, that is what we'll be building, and we will also build the cart body, that is my order and the number of items present in the cart, and they will be quite draggable, and also they can be deleted by dragging it to this delete button, and they will be scrollable, not draggable, sorry. And yes, so we'll be building that today in this video. So guys, let's get started. So guys, first of all, inside the bottom bar stateless widget which we have created in the previous video. So inside this widget we are going to create our total amount. So it would be a container first. So container total amount, so it takes food items. Yes, it is going to take the list of food items. So what we are going to do is we are going to give a parameter like list food food items, okay. And then what we will be doing is we'll be returning container return container, okay. So it is going to return a container. Then we are going to give a margin which will be edge insets dot only. So we are going to give a margin at the right side, so right 10, and after that padding, we are going to give a padding. So padding would be given to all the sides. So edge insets dot all, okay. Edge inset dot all, and it would be 25. We're going to give a padding of 25. And then what we need to do is basically this is the price, the total amount or the total price. So actually now we'll need a row. Okay, so what we need we are going to need a row because this total text which we'll be putting in, so this total text and the price would be in the same row. So we'll have a row as a child of the container. So child row, and it will have a main axis alignment dot space between. And then it will have a children. So children would be first child would be a text, fixed text, which would be the total. So text total, okay. So this is the text, the total text, and this is a little bit lightweight. The font is a little bit lightweight, but the okay, so we need to adjust the style. So style, text style, okay. Style, where style, okay. Style text style. And then inside this text style we'll give a font size of 25, then a font weight of font weight dot 30 or 300, okay. And after that we need to give this total total amount. So what we are going to do is we're going to give a comma, and then we're going to insert a text, and it will be a text widget. So text and inside this text widget what we would need is we would need the total amount. So let's give the total amount. So okay, total amount, and return. So basically we are going to return the value of the total amount here, so which will be calculated and which will depend because it is not fixed and it is going to depend. And we have not created this return total amount method, and we'll create it just after this. And return total amount food items. Okay, so we are actually using two dollar signs because we need $1 out here, as you guys can see. That's why we are also using the backslash. So that is the case. And then after that we need some style. So style, I'll just copy this style and text style. I'll just change the font weight. So what I'm going to do is the font size it should be a little bit bigger, not much, so I'll give it to 28. And then the font weight is very bold, bolder than this total text, so I'll make it a bit bold. So I'll give font weight of 700, not 300. And I'm getting an error. Okay, I forgot to give a comma. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need the total amount, this return total amount. And so let's create this return total amount. So we'll be creating this return total amount right here, and it would be a string, of course, and it is going to return the total total amount of the list of food items. So it is going to calculate how much food items are present, and based on that it is going to return our total amount. And then it would take a double total amount. Initially it is set to 0, and then it is a double, not a, I've done a spelling mistake, small spelling mistake. Okay, so now we would need a loop. Why would we need a loop? Because we want to loop through each and every item present in this cart, and we are going to add them to get the total amount. So that is why we are implementing a loop. So for integer I equals 0, I is less than food items dot length semicolon, I is going to increment, and then inside of it, inside a for loop, we are going to give a total amount which should be equal to total amount which is set to 0 initially, remember. So total amount plus food items basically this would mean that it is going to loop through each and every food item. That's why we are going to we are including this iterator inside the food items. So list, so dot price, so we are going to fetch the price and multiplied by food items. Okay, it is going to loop through each food item. So dot quantity, so we are going to multiply the price of a single food item with the quantity, and then we are going to add it to the total amount, which is initially set to 0, and it gets incremented or decremented depending on the number of food items present in the list. That's why we are using this list. And then now after that what it is going to do, it is going to return, okay, it is going to return total amount. Okay, total amount, yes, total amount. And dot it is going to return a total amount to the to a string in form of a string. So to a string as fixed of two decimal places. You can also give 3, but I think we would rather prefer two decimal places, that is 63.95. If you set it to 3, then it would be 956 or something. above two decimal places. So guys, that's it. Our bottom bar is completely finished. So now what we need to do is we need to create our cart body, which would basically contain which would basically contain our orders, and also this list of items which are present in the cart. And then we'll also need to create a custom app bar, which would be present out here, and that's it. So the custom app bar would have a back button and the delete option. And let's see if we can complete this cart UI in this video or not. And if this video becomes too long, then I'll be making this custom app bar in the next video. So so to make it less boring, because long tutorial videos are actually very boring, so that's why I make videos in parts, so that you guys can see a part each day. And this also helps in learning everything part by part. So let's see if actually we'll try to complete this cart UI in this video if possible, or else we'll make the build the custom app bar in the next part. So guys, now let us build the cart body. So down here I will create a stateless widget. So stateless widget, and it would be the cart body. Okay, it would be the cart body. And let's see if we have included any parameter inside the cart body. Yes, we have included the food items. And okay, so I think we are actually getting an error out here, because we have failed to mention the food items in our last video. So go to your bottom bar, which is a stateless widget, and make a final declaration of list food item. Okay, food item, food items. Okay, food items. And then now we have to initialize it. So bottom bar, and this dot food item. So this bottom bar is going to require a food item, and that's it. So so our bottom bar is now actually finished. So now we can create the cart body. So the same is the case with the cart body, because we are going to need a parameter of food items. So we are going to first declare a list. So final list of food item, and it would be food items. Okay, and then what we need is we need a cart body. We need to initialize our list. So food cart body, this dot food items. Okay, and then that's it. And after that we are going to return it. This cart body is going to return a container with a padding of h in sets from left, top, right, and bottom. So we are going to give it to ltrb, left, top, right, and bottom. So the left would be I guess 35. So 35, let's give it 35. The top would be a bit more than the left, so let's give it 40. And the right would be not so much. So okay, so the right would be around 25. That's fine. And the bottom would be let's actually we don't need any padding in the bottom because we are already having a container. So after that, child, we need a child. So child inside a container. So child column. Okay, column. And now what this column is going to contain, it is going to contain the custom app bar. Okay, so it is going to contain the custom app bar. Then it is going to contain the title, that is the my order. And then it is also going to contain the food items list. So the food item list will be contained out here. And I think we need to include this inside an expanded widget. So these are the three things which we need inside our cart body. So up till here, this is our card body, and from here this is our bottom bar. So know the difference. So this difference I mentioned in the last video, so I'm mentioning it again. So to make it less confusing, because if you put everything inside a single widget, then it might be a bit confusing, but it depends on you. If you are fine with it, then you can go with it. Actually, you can create all these things inside a single widget, but I suggest you make it into different parts. So yes, so inside this column, what we need is we need the children. So the children, what are the children? The custom app bar, okay, then the title, and then this food item list. Okay, so so first we would have our custom app bar, and so this custom app bar, we have not created it yet, and if we get sufficient time, then we'll create it in this video itself, or else I'll keep it for a next fresh video. And so we have the title, and let's make it small t. And then what we need is we need our food item list. So okay, so we need first of all the expanded widget. So expanded, okay, and inside it we'll give a flex of around 1, and then we need to give a child. So we are going to give a child food items dot length. Okay, length. If food items dot length is greater than 0, so then okay, so we want if the length of the food items is greater than 0, then we are going to show the food item list. Else we are going to show an empty container, which will basically say that there are no items in that present list. So in the cart. So food item list. Okay, food item list, no item container. So we are going to build it, and what this means is that actually this question mark can stand for then, and this 2 dots can stand for else. So this is a conditional statement. So if you guys are familiar with JavaScript or Dart, then you guys might have used it frequently, but still I'm explaining it if by chance you guys are getting confused. So if the length of the food items is greater than 0, then then we are going to show the food item list. Else we are going to show this no item container, and this else is denoted by these 2 dots, and I don't know what these 2 dots are called, but yes, and this question mark is and then is denoted by this question mark. So that's it. And after that so first of all, let's create this no item container widget. So I'll just copy it and I'll just paste it here, and it is a container. So container, it should be an empty container showing that there are no items present in our cart, because we have added none. So return container. Okay, return container, and then inside this container we'll first give a child. So child, it would be a center widget. So inside this center widget, we'll going to give a child which would be a text. So we need a text widget. So text, and inside this text widget we are going to show that cart is empty. So cart is empty. Add some items. Okay, so this shows that the cart is empty, and it will add some items. And if this the cart is empty, then it is going to be exactly at the center. So That's why we are using the center widget. And then for the styling, let's give some text style. So style, text style, okay, text style. And inside this text style, what we need a font weight to make a little bit bolder. So font weight dot w 600, okay. And then we also need a color. So color, showing that so colors dot gray would be sufficient. So colors dot gray 500, okay. And then we need a font size. So font size is let's set it to 20, not too big, not too small, that's fine. And then now we need to create the food item list because we have not created it yet. So food items list, what this food item list is going to display is, it is basically going to display the list of items present in our cart. So let's create this food item list. So it will be a list view. So list view, okay, list view. And I hope you guys know that what is list view. So list view, basically with the there are two views. So one is grid view and one is list view. So with the help of list view, you can scroll, and you actually get a list, a scrollable list. And with a grid view, you get a grid, so that, and you have to mention how many items you can have in each row of the grid. So that's for another part of Flutter. So we'll basically focus on the list view out here. So list view, the food item list. And then it is going to return list view dot builder, which we also need to mention many parameters. So list view dot builder. And inside this list view dot builder, first of all, we need to give the count. So we are going to give a count, so the number of items present in the list. So that will be directly the food items dot length. So food item, now food items, okay, food items dot length, okay, food items dot length, okay. And then the item builder. So the item builder, so we need a builder. So context comma index context, okay, context comma index. And then let's have a builder out here. So it will be going to return a cart list cart list item. So cart list item, it is actually a return cart list item. And after that give a food item to it. So food item food items index, okay. And then we need to build this cart list item. So this cart list item would basically be representing the single list items of our cart. So this one is a list item, then this one is a list item. So let's build this cart list item. So it would be a stateless widget. So stateless, Flutter stateless, then cart list item, okay. And then what it is going to take, it is going to take final food items and all of that. So I'll just copy it, I'll just copy this, and I'll just paste it right here. And this one I'll replace by cart list item. So copy and boom, paste. So and after that what we need is it would be food item, not food items, because we are representing a single food item. So that's a small correction. And yes, food item, there is no list for food item, for a single food item. So I'll just replace it with just food item. So yes, so this food item class which we created in the model section. So out here, so this food item, yes, this is the food item class which we created. And then after that what we need is it is actually going to return not a container, but actually we want to make it draggable so that we can drag it and put it up to our this delete button so that it gets deleted. So we basically want to drag it. So can we use the draggable widget out here? So long press draggable, yes. So yes, we can use it. And after that, we need some parameters. We need to fill up some parameters. So first of all, the data. So the data would be the food item. So the data would be the food item, and the feedback. So feedback would be draggable child feedback. So draggable child, come on, child, okay, child, okay. So draggable cancel feedback child feedback, okay, draggable feedback. I guess draggable child widget is not available. So we would have to create the feedback. Actually what this feedback does is that basically tells us that what will happen if we drag this app to this button. So we want to make something like if we drag this item to the delete button, then the outline would get red or something like that. So we want a feedback. So that's why we need to create this draggable feedback child feedback widget. So we'll be building this in the next part of the video, along with this custom app bar. So now what else we need is that we need the title. Yes, we have not created the title, so let us quickly create the title. And this video is already getting long, and I think it has passed the 30 minutes mark. So almost reached the 30 minutes mark. So I'll quickly make the title part, the title widget, and then we'll wrap up. So widget title, so title, and then what it is going to do, it is going to return a padding. So it is going to return a padding, and then we need to give a padding. So padding const edge insets dot symmetric. Okay, so vertical, okay, vertical 35, let's give 35 of vertical padding. And then what else do we need? So yes, we need the text. So then we need a child. So child, and we'll have a row out here, and inside that row we need a column. So let's have a row, row, okay. So row main axis alignment. So main axis alignment, main axis alignment, and main axis alignment dot start. So why we are using a row? Because we have this one is two text options. So like one is my and one is ordered. So the my one would be at the start, and then the order one would follow it. So we are going to put them inside a column. So first of all, this main axis alignment dot start means that the row would be at the top of this widget. So we are getting the row on at the start or at the top. And then what we need is we need a children. So the children would be a column, and inside this column we need to include our text. So the column would be cross axis alignment dot start. So we are also putting the column at the top. So cross axis alignment dot start. Yes, start, okay, start. And then we need to give the children. So the children would be first one the text, and it would actually be the my. So my, and we need to give some style. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the text style which we have mentioned earlier. So this is one text style which we can use. So text style, I'll just copy this up quickly, and I'll paste it back to our title. So let's paste it here, and then the font weight, let's not make it 900, it would be much more bigger. So let us have a look. So I think 700 would be enough, so 700. And then the font size would be 36. Let's make it 35. So that's it. So our my one is done, and then we need disorder. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to copy this up, and sorry, so just going to paste it here, and I'll make this a little bit lighter. So I'll make this say 300, and then I will name it as order. So guys, I also are okay. So here is some error which we are getting. Okay, so we have this error out here. So let's fix this. So inside this cart list item, we are going to give decorator, which is the required decorator, which means that this value is required. So let's include this required decorator. Okay, required. Okay, so so I think everything is set, and this custom app bar we'll be building in the next part of this in the next video, along with the draggable draggable widget, and also the draggable child feedback. So guys, this video is actually a bit long, so we'll continue the next part in the next video. So guys, do like this video and do share this video if you found it helpful, and do subscribe to my channel if you want to get notified for the latest video, and so till then, see you in the next part.